A Shasta County grand jury released its findings after last year's flooding of the A.C.I.D canal. Action News Now reporter Jesse Angelo went out to take a look at the canal and the impact it's making in neighborhoods along the route.
The grand jury was convened as a result of last year's flooding along the A.C.I.D canal, and their findings begin where the canal itself begins, here at the Sacramento River. The canal starts at the diversion dam right across the river from me here, and they say that diversion dam is too hazardous to maintain and also no longer meets state standards for fish screening. The jury also found that much of the canal's infrastructure no longer meets modern standards, and they said that there is no long-term modernization plan currently in place. 98% of the canal is unlined. So after a year of drought, when heavy rains hit, this caused seepage to affect many neighborhoods in the Anderson area, neighbors like Paul.
There was a seepage situation to where we ended up with standing water in our yard. Maybe up to 6 inches. It would last for a couple of weeks and then subside.
Paul tells me he's grateful that the flooding did not damage his home as it did so many others in his neighborhood, and is hopeful that this all gets resolved.
And I just tried to basically work with them because the canal needs to be here. It serves a lot of people, and there are problems that need to be worked out.
I did get a statement from A.C.I.D Board Chairman Dan Woolery, who says he's well aware of the problems with the canal and that they are taking steps to fix those problems. One way is by adding concrete lining to the canal. Now, the area where Paul lives, the canal has been lined with concrete, and Paul tells me that he hasn't seen any seepage so far this year. Now, whether or not that's a permanent solution, well, for Paul and neighbors like him, the jury is still out on that one. In Redding, Jesse Angelo, Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
The A.C.I.D Canal Board of Directors has 90 days to respond to the grand jury's findings.